I think it's time for Heart to Heart to talk about this concept of being able to practice 5 minutes a day your guitar and see significant progress, really debunking the myth about 5 minutes a day. First of all, someone had recently asked me if I followed this process of playing 5 minutes a day. And my answer is no, I haven't actually followed that process. I will sometimes play 5 minutes. Other days I'll play for an hour. And some days I just don't even pick up the guitar because I may be busy with other things. And I'm guessing that's probably like a lot of you. You feel like if you don't practice every day, you're somehow failing. And I want to talk about the real value of the 5 minutes a day. And first of all, I'm going to ask you, do you think you can really make progress on improving at guitar if you're only spending the amount of time playing guitar that you're spending brushing your teeth? And I know that's a weird concept to think about of brushing your teeth, but if you add up 2 times a day brushing your teeth for a couple of minutes, you're at 5 minutes. The other thing I want you to think about is what could you actually practice in 5 minutes? If you think about a song, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, then maybe you could practice two songs through all the way through, and that would be your practice. But you would have to pick up the guitar, just play those songs, and that is it for your practice. Another option would be if you played two or three chords that you know and just practice those. Another would be practicing on strumming. And I think in something as little as 5 minutes a day, it's easier to pick up something that you have already learned a bit or is relatively easy than forcing that hard 5 minute task into that 5 minutes. So the question is, if you can only learn these few little things during that time and you're only spending the same amount of time that you're brushing your teeth, how in the world can you actually make improvement in your guitar playing? So there are some other reasons why this concept works. And the first one is that in any new skill, if you are learning that new skill and then you go to sleep at night, your brain is going to process what you learned and it will allow you to create new pathways for that learning in your brain. And so if each day you're just doing a little bit of learning, you're sleeping on it, and then you're getting better. So that is one concept that is drives this improvement over time. Three things that I want to talk about are the behaviors that the 5 minute a day drives. And the first one is that you're forcing a commitment with the 5 minutes a day. You're not committing to an hour a day. So it seems like that 5 minute a day is going to be a lot easier to feel like you can commit to be able to do that. Whereas other people might, an hour a day, I just don't have that amount of time. I just can't do it. So that forcing commitment helps you stick with it and even start. Number two is it creates this guilt for missing a day and it drives consistency in your play. And so each day you're thinking about, oh, yeah, I got to play my guitar. I need to play 5 minutes today. And so if you always have that in the back of your mind, you're going to, in some ways, feel bad or guilty if you don't do your practice. You feel like you're not learning like you're supposed to, and you're not following the process. The number three is that just having this momentum of showing up each day, it is going to create a positive momentum so that each day that you're practicing, it becomes more of a habit. There's many books and many gurus who talk about creating new habits in your behavior. But I think this 5 minute a day, it does sort of generate that ability to create that momentum for you and make it part of your daily habit to practice. If you think about if you're practicing for real, 5 minutes a day, every day, you're going to get each week 35 minutes of practice. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you start adding up that 35 minutes over a whole month and then over a whole year, it does add up to a lot of time. Really, to learn guitar, it's not a skill that you just pick up and learn and it's a few hours to learn and then you're off and running. You're every day going to be learning some new aspect of how to play the guitar. You're going to learn new songs, new chords, new strumming patterns. And so there's so much to learn that it's almost impossible to learn everything in a very short period of time. Now, the reality is that I have been playing probably almost 2 years in total between ukulele and guitar. And the showing up every day, it really does help. And what I notice the most is that if I do pick up the guitar for 5 minutes, I usually will play a lot longer because I do enjoy it. It's super fun to play. But sometimes it's, again, you come back to that. I just need something to drive me to be able to play. So for you, I want you to think about, are you going to commit to 5 minutes a day and realize that it's not just the 5 minutes a day, but you're getting these other aspects of why it's working. So the 5 minute a day process does work. It's just, it doesn't quite work in the way that you might have thought. And I hope that this clarifies why it's so important. And I hope that you can continue to learn guitar. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, and also check out my other videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.